literally traveled 1,000 miles.
Oh yes! Look at the size of it!
Right, just coming up this creek and just where it's turned into fresh water, in like, you can see here about ½ metre water, there's a huge barrel, like one of the biggest I've ever seen, over a metre 20 kind of thing, massive giant fish, right in the shallows on the bank here. It's just moved down to that snag. Fran's having a cast. Woohoo! It's not the barrel we're after, but beautiful mangrove jack. Nice fish.
Now with camera batteries becoming more and more difficult to recharge and some really rough weather, each day blended into the next for the next week or so. Although one highlight came when the storms finally passed and we headed back out to the reef. With the previous shipwreck find still fresh in our minds, we now had our eyes in for what to look for and found another shipwreck. This shipwreck was also incredibly old, and if you look past the huge coral trout, there's some really cool things to see. This smelter equipment, like the ladles, the trolley wheels, moulds, this steel boiler, and the chain and ballast stones are all consistent with the wooden ships that travelled through this area in the mid-1800s. But for me, the coolest thing was finding this ammunition, old bullets that were scattered in and out of all the cracks of the reef. Back at the Salty Dingo we go and continue our journey north.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the Great Adventure series, and unfortunately it's almost coming to an end. We're gonna go back to our real life and normal jobs.
That's right, unfortunately it is, but we just want to say thank you, that we really appreciate you guys watching, and we want to send you guys like a postcard with a bit of a thank you message from Fran and myself, just to show you how much your support means to us, and also you can choose how much you'd like to pay for this card, whether it's just a couple of bucks or you can choose to throw in a little bit more, because whatever's made from this will help get the Great Adventure 2.0 on the road. So any support would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys, enjoy the rest of the episode.
Thanks for watching.
Where are we off to now?
So we're going to visit where Jack's parents first met.
Oh, I forgot to tell him that. That's very exciting.
Very exciting.
Cool, let's go. Good job, Fran.
Here, butter.
Garlic? We're gonna need garlic?
Garlic.
Garlic on the grill.
Garlic without butter.
Garlic without butter and beer butter. Well done. Thanks for dinner, Fran.
Thank you.
Fran's jumped in for a spear just around the corner and got us some beautiful dinner. We've got coral trout and crayfish, so we're going to quickly set up camp, have a hell of a feast, and then tomorrow we've got an epic day coming. So we're going to do coral trout for dinner. I'm going to fillet him up, but before that, or while I'm doing that, let me give you a quick history lesson into the Strickland family. So long story short, Dad used to live on an island very similar to this, one of the next islands over, in just a little beach shack like this, very much living the back to basics lifestyle. He lived there for years and years, just kind of fishing and surviving off the ocean. And then Mum come along, she was total opposite, studying medicine. She was here for placement. And then anyway, Dad somehow come into contact with her. Dad offered his tenderest of cray tails. They kicked it off, long story short. A couple of years later, then I was kicking around on these kind of beaches and spotting crocodiles and going fishing and all those fun things. But the family adventure took a different path. We went to Papua New Guinea and lived there for years and years, and I haven't actually been back to the Torres Straits where we are now in 25 years until now. So it's quite fitting that our adventure ends where their adventure began. But very cool. These islands are pretty much unspoilt from where I've seen photos of when they were here, 25 years ago. Apart from the rubbish that washes in, but I guess that's a different problem. But yeah, very cool stuff. And I have no doubt we're some kind of doing the same thing that they would have been doing 25 years ago, and now I'm offering Fran my tenderest of grey tails. All right, dinner. What do we got, Fran?
We got sweet potatoes with onion,
Yum.
crayfish and garlic, and beer buttered coral trout.
Wow.
One more. Sit down.
All cooked on the fire. Thank you very much, Fran. You've done amazingly well. We made it to the tip of Australia. What started out as a 1-month adventure has turned into 4 months living out of the Salty Dingo. Some of the best experiences of our life. We've just rounded the tip of Cape York, the most northern part of Australia. For those just tuning in, we're on the adventure of a lifetime. We're living out of a 17-foot boat. It's living from the ocean, so we've been catching our own tucker. So we've made it to our first island camp. Now day 72. After 85 days at sea, something crazy's happened. There's doggies, there's a school of doggies. We've got him the right way up. Yes. There he is, largemouth nanny guy. Huge coral trout. Yeah! Have a go at the size of that. That was what this adventure was all about. We've literally travelled 1,000 miles. The dog-tooth tuna we came out here looking for. Now this is what getting back to basics is all about. Finding spots like this. Phew!